So I always show the freezer prep process, but I never really show some of the finished meals. So today I'm taking you through a week of my family dinners where I utilize mostly ingredients from my freezer stash. So here's what some of these meals look like when I pull things out of the freezer, heat them up, and serve them to my family. So the first dinner was actually a weekend night. This was a Sunday, so I decided to make breakfast for dinner, and this is a great way that I actually meal prep for breakfasts for the week. So here I made some sheet pan breakfast burritos, and I just have a pan of potatoes and a pan of tofu scramble and cauliflower rice. And then for the rest of my family, I prepped some pancakes, eggs, and this stuff will hold us over throughout the week. So another thing I always like to prep during the week is a veggie tray for my kids. If I have my cutting board out and I'm slicing, I might as well just slice everything all in one go. So I have my veggie tray. I also mandolined some celery. That's going to be for another recipe later this week. And with the rest of the celery, I just put it in a freezer bag so I can make cream of celery soup one day. I finally shredded some cabbage. This is what I use for my 50/50 plates so that I always have a green ready to go. And then I just went through my inventory in my refrigerator and found some veggie scraps, and I cut all those up, and I'm actually going to use that for dinner the next night. So all I did here was stir fry up these vegetables, and I had some tofu that I pulled out of my freezer, and I just steamed up some rice and added some brown garlic sauce to the veggies, and that was a quick and easy stir fry. So for my husband, instead of the tofu, I had some frozen teriyaki chicken, and then for my kiddos, I have the same vegetables without the sauce, and some chicken nuggets or tofu nuggets depending on their preference. And then for my itty bitty baby, I also freeze my baby food, so I had some peas that I pulled out of the freezer for her. So the only thing I cooked this night was rice in the rice cooker and stir fried some vegetables. This next night, I have some vegan mac and cheese that I had made with butternut squash sauce and chickpea pasta, and then I had made my husband some mac and cheese that I froze in freezer cubes. I have my celery that I had mandolined, and I made a little bit of a vegan ranch dressing. I have some tofu that I'm going to defrost for myself, and some chicken nuggets for my husband, and this turned into buffalo tofu or buffalo chicken mac and cheese with celery slaw. So the only thing I had to do was microwave all of the elements and sauce them, and this was a 10-minute dinner. I really like adding fresh elements to my freezer meals because it makes them seem like they weren't just thawed from the microwave, and it lightens things up. Now these are freezer burrito bowl cubes. So here I have corn, pinto beans, and pico de gallo that I froze in a cube. And for my husband's, I just have chicken, and I freeze these in my super cubes. So all I did was cook up some Spanish style rice, and then I just thawed out the burrito bowl mix and added some rice. And again, we have a 10-minute meal. For my husband's, he has the same thing, only his has chicken, and I added cheese. This night, the only thing I really had to cook was some broccoli. My husband is having some sausage and sweet potatoes, and rice is already cooked. I'm defrosting myself this cube of lentils that I had made. This was like an Ethiopian style lentil. So I'm just microwaving that all up along with some leftovers, and these were our finished bowls. I have my lentils, steamed rice, and broccoli. My husband has sweet potatoes that were already cooked in my freezer that I just thawed out, some sausage and broccoli. My kiddos have some leftover pasta, sweet potatoes, broccoli, and chicken nuggets. Baby had sweet potatoes this day as well.